6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Aisha Nayab. First, the headlines. Caretaker Prime Minister has reiterated resolve to support Kashmiri brethren till resolution of Kashmir dispute in line with UN Security Council resolutions. Interim Information Minister says Pakistan is eager to have good relations with all countries with a special focus on economy and trade. Pakistan has categorically stated that ongoing operation against illegal immigrants is not targeted against any particular nationality. 26 days are left for foreigners residing illegally in Pakistan to leave the country. Israeli troops have martyred 2 more Palestinians in the occupied West Bank. In opening match of ICC Cricket World Cup 2023 at Ahmedabad, England has set a victory target of 283 runs against New Zealand. And now the news in detail. Pakistan will continue extending its political, moral and diplomatic support to Kashmiri brethren till the resolution of Kashmir dispute as per will of Kashmiris in light of United Nations Security Council resolutions. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar reiterated this resolve during his meeting with Azad Kashmir Prime Minister Chaudhry Anwarul Haq in Islamabad today. Caretaker Prime Minister said Kashmir is an unfinished agenda of the partition of the United India and Pakistan is standing by Kashmiri brothers and sisters in their struggle for right to self-determination. AJK Prime Minister offered rich tribute to the Caretaker Prime Minister for raising the voice for Kashmiris at the UN General Assembly. President Dr. Arif Alvi has called for making collaborative efforts by the public and private sectors to create awareness about breast cancer. He was talking to a delegation in Islamabad today. The president said media and other relevant stakeholders should also join hands in the breast cancer awareness campaign. He said the media should also encourage women to engage in regular self-examinations and seek timely medical guidance for the early diagnosis of this life-threatening ailment. Caretaker Minister for Information and Broadcasting Murtaza Solanki says Pakistan is eager to have good relations with all the countries, including India, with a special focus on economy and trade. Addressing an international conference in Islamabad this afternoon, he said the government of Pakistan is determined to look after its people and is fully focusing on strengthening economy, boosting trade and exploring new opportunities under the Special Investment Facilitation Council. Murtaza Solanki said Pakistan has good relations with China, Iran and the Middle East. He said Islamabad still maintained those ties, but it is now shifting those relations towards economy and trade. Similarly, Pakistan, despite having issues, wants to have good neighborly relations with India and Afghanistan. Pakistan and Turkey have agreed to promote cooperation in various fields, including economy, trade, culture, and people-to-people contacts. This came at a meeting between Minister for Information and Broadcasting Murtaza Solanki and Turkish Ambassador to Pakistan Mehmet Bacic in Islamabad. In his remarks, Murtaza Solanki said Pakistan values its relation with Turkey and both countries have always supported each other in difficult times. Pakistan has categorically stated that ongoing operation against illegal immigrants is not targeted against any particular nationality. Responding to questions at a weekly news briefing in Islamabad today, Foreign Office spokesperson Mumtaz Zahra Baloch said ongoing action envisages repatriation of individuals who have either overstayed their visas and do not have the valid documents to stay. She clarified this operation has nothing to do with 1.4 million Afghan refugees that Pakistan has been hosting since decades with exemplary generosity and hospitality despite its own constrained economic situation. Refuting media reports that Pakistan has closed transit trade with Afghanistan, Mumtaz Zahra Baloch said Pak-Afghan bilateral trade continues, but Pakistan will not accept the misuse of existing trade facilities. The Foreign Office spokesperson said a free trade agreement between Pakistan and the Gulf Cooperation Council has been concluded, and this is the first such agreement by the Council with any country since 2009. The foreigners residing illegally in Pakistan have 26 days to leave the country. The government has asked aliens to leave Pakistan by 31st of this month. Otherwise, the law enforcement agencies will ensure their arrest and expulsion from the country. This is Radio Pakistan. Pakistan and China have reaffirmed commitment to China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project. This came at a meeting between caretaker Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Gilani and Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi in Tibet, China. Meanwhile, addressing the third China-Tibet Trans-Himalayan Forum in Tibet, Jalil Abbas Gilani emphasized the importance of regional cooperation for green development, ecological preservation, and geographical connectivity. He said this is also important for inclusive and sustainable development. Caretaker Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Gilani has reaffirmed Pakistan's commitment to further strengthen bilateral ties with Afghanistan. He was talking to acting Foreign Minister of Afghanistan, Amir Khan Muttaqi, in Tibet today. He underscored that challenges confronting regional peace and stability be addressed in collaborative spirit through collective strategies. Country Director World Bank Najib bin Hussain called on caretaker Planning Minister Mohammad Sami Saeed in Islamabad today. During the meeting, they discussed the progress and implementation of projects for rehabilitation and reconstruction in the flood-affected areas. The Planning Minister expressed his gratitude for the ongoing support provided by the World Bank. He gave instructions to the relevant implementing authorities to expedite the execution of various projects' components. Minister for Human Rights Khalil George says the government believes in the protection and promotion of rights of all citizens. Talking to Maulana Tahir Ashrafi in Islamabad today, he commended caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar for promote action against those involved in Jallianwala tragedy. The All-Party Hurriyat Conference has paid a rich tribute to the two youth martyred by Indian troops in Kulagam district of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. In a statement issued in Srinagar, the APHC spokesman vowed that Kashmiris' matchless sacrifices for their right to self-determination would bear fruit of freedom one day. The New Delhi-controlled State Investigation Agency, along with Indian paramilitary personnel, conducted house raids in different areas of Rajouri and Poonch districts and harassed the inmates. Meanwhile, the Indian police arrested around 4 dozen health workers during a protest march in Jammu against the authorities. Several workers were injured after police resorted to brute force during the protest. Israeli troops have martyred 2 Palestinians in the occupied West Bank. The youth were identified as 27 years old Huzaifa Fares and 23 years old Abdurrahman Atta. Their vehicle was targeted by Israeli troops near the village of Shufa, south of occupied West Bank city of Tulkram. In India, at least 14 people have been killed and over 100 are missing after heavy rains in Sikkim state, the worst such disaster in the region in more than 5 decades. In the opening match of ICC World Cup 2023 against England at Ahmedabad, New Zealand were 19-1 in 4 hours a short while ago. Earlier, England scored 282 runs for the loss of 9 wickets and allotted 50 overs. And finally, the weather report. Dry weather is likely to prevail over most parts of the country, while hot in southern parts during the next 12 hours. However, rain with thunderstorm is likely at isolated places in Chitral and Gilgit-Baltistan. Now some of the headlines once again. Caretaker Prime Minister has reiterated resolve to support Kashmiri brethren till resolution of Kashmir dispute in line with UN Security Council resolution. Interim Information Minister says Pakistan is eager to have good relations with all countries with a special focus on economy and trade. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News.